Okay, while I'm waiting for one of my accounts to get in, I'm just going to show y'all what I took this time wisely to do. So, just wait right here. Okay, what I've done is, because I have a crap load of the 3M dual lock, what I did was, you know what, I'm going to hold a contest and just give out these strips myself for those who would like to try this, because you can make good use of something like this. Because if you didn't want to have them on, it still won't mess you up from closing out, even with the strips on it. So if any of you are thinking that, don't, because it's not a problem. You can actually use this as a regular squeegee, but these will always be there if you should choose to have that glide. Like maybe it's a hot sunny day and you just don't want to hit dry glass. This is where this would really come into play. And you have that option to add it to it. So what I did was, because the strips that Johnny Kimmel was so nice to send me were too small for any of my bigger channels, I thought that I would use it for my 8-inch orbital 8-inch Wagtail. So we're going to put these on and we're going to try this out. The other thing I did was I put these on my 24-inch high flyer on both sides. Now right now I'm waiting for those to dry. But you see how I cut it perfectly to fit right in there? You would never know it's there. But if you use it, like I said, you could choose to have the glide if you like. Or you could just leave it on all the time. It still doesn't get in the way of closing out or anything like that. You just have to position it to the right angle. It's totally adjustable. You can slide it up or slide it back depending on the angle that you will be working on the glass. If you're doing pole work or using it in the hand, vice versa, etc. Alright, so we're going to try this one out too, and I'll let y'all know how it goes. Alright, so here we go. We have it on here. You see, the good thing about this is because even though it's close to the rubber, if you press down, you'll smush it. So I think that's why it doesn't get in the way. I'm not sure, but I should add a strip here so I can have optimal glide right across the whole board. It's probably not needed, but you know, either way it'll still do what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to squirt these strips down and we're going to try this out. Alright, so here we go. Oh yeah, I'm liking it already. This is without wetting the glass. This is taking the dust off because it's not really dirty, it's just slightly dusty. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Heaven, I'm in heaven. Let's try this again. This time with a little more water on the subject. Slightly missed the window, so let's see. Oh man, it's smooth in the hand. And closes off perfectly. Alright, we're in business. So it's safe to say that once my 24-inch high flyer dries, that'll be good too. Eventually what's going to end up happening, I'm going to add gliding strips to all of my squeegees. I might not have all the pads on there, but you can swap them out, interchange them, or whatever, do whatever you want to do. But at least you know they're there and you have that glide if needed. So I highly recommend you take the time out, some of you, if not all of you, especially the newcomers, because it's going to, I'll tell you why, the newcomers especially, it's because in the beginning, you don't know that happy medium between knowing how much pressure to apply with the squeegee, and some people might have too much of a heavy grip on the squeegee, which in turn really is not going to, you're applying more friction to the glass when you have a heavy hand. Now, I'm heavy-handed. I've always been heavy-handed. But I learned how to not be with Wagtail in particularly. Hey, that rhymed. I learned not to be in Wagtail in particularly. So, if you're using standard channels, they weigh a little bit more. You have to apply a little bit more pressure. But the fact of what I'm trying to explain is with the newcomers, with this glide, it's a lot easy and more forgiving to learn how to use the tool, because you have the proper amount of glide every single time if you want. You know, but don't just take my word for it. Like I said, I'm not telling you nothing good. I'm telling you everything good. So you can use it for whatever you want. You know, whoever is there, the information is there. I showed y'all, I shared y'all with something that's good, something that's going to work for you, and it's going to make your job just a little bit better, if not a whole lot better, in my opinion, because it's just fantastic. All right, Mac-a-frackin'. Peace, peace, peace. I have another thing to add, too. I tell you one thing, where these gliding strips will really, really see a value in it for some of you that are going to do this, on second floor and third floor pole work. If you don't have a water-fed source and you're doing it traditionally, this is the next best thing. And because this will allow you to wet more windows without fear of it drying up, because the gliding strips, whatever water that's on that glass, even if you wet the pad down, or if you don't wet the strips down, the little bit of water that's on that glass will keep these strips lubricated. So in the event it does start to dry up, you won't have to re-wet that window, I guarantee you that one, without fear of streaking the window. That's what's good about this. If you're using separate tools and you don't have a combo tool, this is why you would want to have this. Because by the time you collapse the pole or bring the pole down to switch the squeegee on, and you go back up to that second floor, depending on the type of day it is, if it's real windy or if it's sunny, water dries fast when there's real good wind blowing, and water dries fast when it's real hot and sunny. So you have two things working against you. You have the wind, and then you have the sun. All right? So by the time you put that squeegee on a pole, it already started drying from the top. I assure you that one. But fear not if it does, because you can just put it on a pole and agitate the top real quick and then squeegee it. I guarantee you it's enough to get that window pristine. I have the black gliding strips on the 24-inch. I'm just ecstatic, man. I just want y'all to know how well this works too. I'm sure it's going to work lovely, but we're going to give this a shot. Now I'm not going, and that's without any water on the glass. Whoa, that is really, really cutting like butter. Parquet, no, butter. Gunslinger, because I'm from the Wild Wild West. Got my gunslinger with my finger on the trigger with my Wagtail, so I excel, because I got the gliding strips cutting like butter. You know what's up. Yeah. So keep leaving stuff out. I just wanted to see something. I normally use my 7-inch high flyer to do these French panes, but I French pained the heck out of this with this. And it was enough to get it clean for those who think, nah, that can't possibly be clean. Yes, it can if you're doing this every 2 weeks or every month and you don't use all that soap. So where it's not attracting dirt like a magnet, of course it won't work then. You have to really agitate it then. But if it's a light coat of dust, it's no need to scrub the heck out of that window. Since I don't use surfactants anymore, this is where you could really fly through your work. For those jobs that you kind of undercut it yourself and underbid it yourself just to get the job, this is where you get it on the back end. You stick and move, baby. Stick and move. All I did was mist the whole set of French panes with my pump sprayer, and then I sprayed the pads down, and then I went up like this, and then just like that, plain and simple. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Bam! Telling you, all day, baby. All day, every day. Nobody doing it like me. That's why, because I'm a master's at work. I'm a master at my trade. You best believe that. When you're working around signs and stuff like this, and you don't want to take them down, you need very little water as possible. So what you can do is you can agitate it with this. You know, it's enough to clean the window, and then come on the other side. You see, it's wet. Trust me. I know you can't see much soap, but y'all know I don't work with a lot of soap. You see? And you don't have to worry about dripping around that side. Bam! The only thing I'm not going to be able to do is add it to the baby. Well, no, that's not true. I could put a strip right on this round part right here. It'll still work. I showed you guys with the Unger, so yeah, that'll still work. Whether or not I'm going to do it, I don't know. But I don't know. I'll think about it, and I'll show y'all when it's done. Alright, this one I will do different than the others. I will just put a strip along the whole thing. You know what I mean? Alright, Mac-a-Fracka, peace, peace, peace.